Where you going, buddy? Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. My name is Callie, and this is another week of Clarinets, Cats, and Coffee. So, how was the scale challenge? Did you guys do it this week? Leave a comment below on how you did. So it was a lot of fun. I got it a little bit past the tempo that I had set for myself as the goal tempo for the week. So that's pretty cool. And my fingers got a really good workout from it. Now, if you guys are just tuning in, I'm also doing a practice calendar for the month of August. I'm going to leave a link in the description below if you guys want to download it. And at any point, you can just jump right in. You know, it's just an easy way to kind of guide yourself through the practicing for a 1-month journey. Now, if you like what my channel is doing, consider becoming a patron of my channel. I have a tier just for my YouTube viewers. It's a $3 tier. It's like a little once-a-month tip that says, Callie, thank you so much, and I like what you're doing. And when we hit a goal of 20 patrons, I'm going to do another private live stream for my Patreon community. In addition to that, when I do public live streams, I'm going to send out a questionnaire to patrons, and when I do the live stream, I'm going to put their questions first in queue and answer those, and after that I will answer everybody else's questions if there's enough time. So if you want to get on that, I'm actually going to do a live stream at the beginning of September. A date has not been set yet. However, I'm going to perform a couple of pieces at the beginning of the live stream, and then I'm going to do a Q&A after that. It should be a lot of fun, pretty chill, and so I'm going to send out some more information about that whenever it gets closer to September. In addition to that, I also give private lessons to people of all different ages, and it's been really great teaching people of all ages and watching everyone improve. I love teaching, so if you guys are looking for lessons, just send me a message in the link below. I'm going to give a special rate to anybody who signs up for lessons before the end of August, and you'll be locked into that rate for the rest of the year, so you'll be guaranteed for that. And if you're already in my studio, you're already getting the special rate, so you're good. We're all good with that. Anyway, I would love to work with any of you for as many lessons as you would like to take with me. Now, today's video, Camille's on the floor. I think I should get Camille, right? Oh, yeah. There we go. Yes. Now, today's video, I thought would be a great time to take a break from, again, some of the throat tone range stuff we've been working on, and hit the low range a little bit. I haven't really talked a bit about the low range of the clarinet in quite a while, and so while I get my instrument together, I will tell you guys about it. I think that it's the most beneficial to work on tone quality while simultaneously working through interpretation. So there's actually a flute book out there by Moise. It's something like Tonal Development Through Interpretation, and it's actually something that one of my teachers in college assigned me to learn out of, and that was Larry Combs. He had me do those exercises, and I think I've mentioned it before that I've worked out of that book, and so it just got me thinking, like, yeah, you know, like, you're not gonna get better at your low range unless you practice music in the low range, right? So technique and music are not two separate things. They're one and the same. And so I thought it would be fun to actually give you guys a movement of some repertoire by Vaughan Williams, the first movement of the 6 studies in English folk song, and I think it's just a beautiful piece, and it's really great for working on tone and breathing and air support and resonance and all of that wonderful stuff. Now, a couple of tips that may help you guys out when you're practicing this over the next week or two. First of all, I like to imagine the sound and let what I want the sound to be guide what I do with my technique. And so a lot of times the low range on the clarinet sounds a little bit pinched off or kind of dead and not super resonant. And so, we can take what we've learned in lessons or YouTube videos or whatever and apply that to this, and you'll be able to hear it right away. So you want to make sure that your embouchure allows the reed to vibrate freely. You want to also use enough air to just go throughout the entire range of the entire length of the instrument. And bottom lip is over your bottom teeth, your corners are in, your chin is flat, and then your top lip is kind of down. That'll give the sound just so much more resonance and beauty and evenness and everything. So first, assess your embouchure. Make sure you're not biting, you're using your muscles here. And then in terms of air, you want to make sure that you use enough air to get the sound to actually come out of the instrument. In the low range of the clarinet, use up the entire length of the instrument. So you're not actually going to hear any kind of sound until the wind reaches the bell. So while you're playing the low range, just imagine that much air at least has to be going through your instrument in order for the sound to happen and to really project the sound. And in addition to that, if you're playing in a larger space, you're going to have to use a little bit more air to project the sound. So I think it really helps to just think about the length of the instrument and making your wind go for the entire length of the instrument. And lastly, in something like this, it's really easy for the keys to sound rather clicky and our fingers to slap and come off of the keys rapidly, and that can sound a little bit robotic if we're letting our fingers kind of clank around and our keys click all over the place. And so I like to imagine moving my fingers in slow motion so that the sound will be heard and not the fingers so much will be heard. So you'll know if you're doing it right because you won't be able to hear so much of the click and the pop of the fingers. So slow motion fingers. Now, I am not a huge teacher of making sure your fingers are super close to the keys all of the time, but for some people that really, really helps them get a really nice sound and a nice even quiet technique. I tend to like to move my fingers a little bit more fluidly and get the same result as well. In addition, if you hold your fingers too close on some of the longer notes, it can actually affect the intonation of the note. So be careful of that if you are part of that pedagogical tradition of keeping your fingers super, super close all the time. I don't think it's necessary at slower tempos to do that, like I said. So slow motion fingers, trying to avoid the click or the pop that you hear. And if you combine that with very smooth legato air over all of the phrases, it can sound just so rich and beautiful and resonant. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you guys. I hope you enjoy it. It sounds so much better if you have a piano to play along with you, but for our purposes right now, I'm just going to play the clarinet part, and you're welcome to jump in and play along with me if you'd like, or, just download the music and play it on your own. That was lovely, right? I just love that piece. I just imagine being out in the countryside, looking out among some rolling hills and meadows, and it's good for the soul, isn't it? I hope you guys enjoy practicing this over the next week, and on Tuesday I'm going to be posting another duet excerpt, so stay tuned for that. Patrons, you will get your duet excerpt today for that. It will be available for you to download. Everyone else, it will be available for you to download on Tuesday when the video is released. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, happy practicing.